She's everything that's loud, that's angry, that's anxious, that's excited, that's here, that she's a big ball of everybody's energy, you know. She's everything, you know. And that's why I love that character, that part about me, because Jag is the me that most people don't feel comfortable to be. Jag is the me that makes people say, hey, it's okay. Hey, I'm gonna do my shit. That's who Jag is. Jag is courage. Jag is strength. Jag is, I'm gonna say what's on my mind, and you gonna listen. And if you don't wanna listen, I'm gonna say it anyway. You know, that's Jag. Jag is heart, you know. Jag is, you know, no matter what the situation is, we gonna come out on top because we've seen worse. And that's Jag.
Young men don't know my questions, and you got double answers, and I got double understandings. And you moved up with all of that. I got rules and I treat you right, but you keep the last man of every fight. Now tell me, baby, do that right? I can't live without common sense and business law. I can't blame it on you. She can't be that smart. Messing with you, she gon' be around her. So
Peace. What's up?
I was just I read your post, and it made me pull up my EPK because there were so many things that you had to say that took me back to remembering this time right here that I'm viewing, that I'm sharing with everybody.
Well, I hope you took it the right way. I hope you took it the right way.
No, I mean, I heard what you said, but there was some things that I'd like to discuss with you that I heard that that kind of bothered me. The language was a little disempowering for a woman. And I'm not trying to come down on you in any way, but when we get to the point where we start saying stuff like, we hear about women being mistreated, we hear about women being taken advantage of, and say, hey, it doesn't sound like you worried about Malik. It sounds like you're worrying about yourself. It sounds like you're ranting. You know, charge it to the game. When we start having that kind of conversation and saying nobody cares about the truth all of these years later, that's not true. There's a lot of people that do care about the truth. Matter of fact, they don't know how to care about the truth because they never knew the truth. So when you sit there and you start telling me that I'm ranting, it wasn't a rant, it was a purge. I had a fucking nervous breakdown after my son was murdered.
And my condolences, which I said when it happened, because I do follow you.
Understand, none of those niggas, they grew up with him. Half of these shows here, my son was backstage. Uncle Amir, Uncle Tariq, Uncle Malik, who when my son was in them streets, Malik was the only one that reached out to him. So what I'm saying isn't, no, it's not completely for Malik, but it's all for Malik. Because see, the problem is nobody knows who he is. Everybody, rest in peace, Malik B. Rest in peace, Malik B. Malik B, Malik B. But then when you go and ask somebody, who is Malik B? What do you love about Malik B? What's your favorite record by Malik B? Can't nobody tell you nothing. Now, how the hell is it that we're celebrating someone that nobody knows anything about?
I'm going to tell you why I posted what I posted.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm a fan of your music. I feel like you've been underrated. I love it. I fell in love when you could kill a Patti LaBelle song.
Just so you know, I'm not underrated because of me. There was a plan that was devised that I never shared with
I
anyone.
know you've been blackballed. You killed a Patti LaBelle song. Who could do that? Killed it. That's when I fell in love with you and my dad. He 20 years my senior. The reason why I said
Mother Patty and God rest his soul, Uncle Bunny Sigler asked me to sing that record because I said I can't sing no Patty record. If these niggas don't like it, they gonna kill me. They gonna kill me if I don't get it right.
You killed it. I love it.
Thank you.
What I'm saying is, I know it's your truth, and I get that. What I'm saying is, it don't feel like it was separated. And I guess you couldn't separate it.
How
I guess
can
you
I?
could
That's
not
my brother.
separate it.
That's my brother.
From what you went through and what he went through. That's what I was saying. I'm just like,
So
it looked like people are trying to unite, but I'm like, I don't think this was the way to do it. It's not to dismiss nothing you've been through, because I believe you. I truly, in my heart of hearts,
you know what
believe
he
you. But
went
I'm
through?
like,
He went through worse than me. When he died, them niggas was only paying him $300 a week. When he died, they sitting up there on the Jimmy Fallon show getting fat. I mean, literally, all of them niggas is fat as fuck right now, living good. And Malik died in the street. No, Malik died in the streets, and they were only paying him $300 a week. That's something that's outrage. You should be outraged by that. Let's not talk about the fact that all the first 3, almost 4 albums was Malik B. They would have never made it to the Grammy if it wasn't for Malik B. Nobody acknowledged them as rappers. The only reason they were acknowledged as rappers was because Malik was the only one from the street, which is why when I came in, I brought street credibility because I'm from them streets.
yeah.
Them niggas was Bean Geek niggas from Kappa. Let's keep it a bean. They was corny as fuck. Everybody in the city thought so, but they made good music. But they was corny as fuck. They was the Will Smiths of hip hop in Philadelphia.
I spent a lot. My dad's from Philly.
Malik brought that edge.
So.
Malik brought that edge. Fifth Dynasty brought that edge. Jaguar Wright brought that edge. And do you know how we were repaid for everything we did for them? We were called crazy, drug addicts, alcoholics, unworkable, that. These niggas would carry us. Now, mind you, we carried them on our backs. When we was up there at MIT and those damn frat boys was calling us niggas. Niggas. We were the roots. We came to do a show at their college and they were screaming niggas. They didn't know who we was. They were screaming niggas from the rooftop. All of them niggas. It was me, Reek, and Princess, my assistant, who they fired because she didn't like carrying their lies no more. So rather than let her be fired and discarded, I hired her and I paid her full salary out of mine. See, people don't know me. People don't know me. So let me finish. When them niggas started yelling and screaming, nigga this, nigga that, I looked up and I'm like, oh, white boys, got it. We at MIT. They ain't talking to us. There's no way in the world they be talking to us. But then when I heard them say, yeah, I'm talking to you, homie. You, nigga bitch. I looked up. I had all the alcohol that I had bought for the tour bus and the food and all of that. And I had my pocketbook. And I looked up. I said, you talking to me? They said, yeah. I said, I got you, nigga. I'll be right there in a second. Dropped everything. I was on that roof in less than what? Maybe 45 seconds. I ran in the kitchen. I got a big ass spoon. I couldn't find no knife or nothing like that. I got a big ass spoon. I ran clean up 9 flights of stairs without breaking stride. Got on the roof. Who said it? I got your nigga right here. Who said it? Reek eventually came up behind me a minute or two later. And by that time, it was me and 6 dudes. Then Reek come up, yo, don't be looking at don't be talking to my girl like that. Fuck that, yo, boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, somebody swung on us. Me and Tariq Trotter, back to back, fighting 13 frat boys at MIT. I'm not lying because you can Google it. The story is no lie. You can Google it.
I believe what you're saying.
Together. Then I left. Well, actually, we didn't leave. The runner came up and said, no, stop. It was the funniest shit ever. No, stop it. You're fighting the Roots. They came here to give us a party. Then they all get up. You know what I mean? I'm on top of the nigga. I'm beating them with the spoon. They got surveillance with it. They was laughing about it all over the OK Player office. When I seen them take Reek in a rush, I just said, the hell with it. I grabbed the spoon. Right. I started whacking everybody. I beat the hell out of they little token Asian. Because it was them and some Asian Samoan looking motherfucker. I don't know. But you know, he had to get it. He had to get it. You was with the man. Now you taking the man beating. I know you brown, but you down with them. So that's what it is. And then I went When they all stopped and they realized we was the Roots, we all got, me and Reek got up, dusted off, we be back. It was them following me across the lacrosse field. After we went back to the bus and I told them what happened, then all of them niggas showed up. And guess who was leading the charge? Me. You got cars, the dean, an ambulance. These niggas was scared. They ain't know what the fuck to do. And they had to end up doing the lineup. We ended up having the whole fraternity disbanded because apparently they did that a lot. I had students crying to me while we was doing the lineup saying, thank you for standing up for us. They've been doing that to us forever. And y'all came here. You came here, Jaguar. Thank you. They were not allowed to come to the concert, and we was fucking heroes when we left off of that. But that shit wouldn't have happened if Jag wasn't there.
I understand, Jaguar, and I definitely want you to have your flowers while you're here. Like I said, I believe. I
gotta hold people accountable. You don't understand. They have ruined people's lives. That's why I put that post up and I'm so proud. Because see, people don't know. I always kept Flo with me. I never left her with them alone. But that one time, I had to make an appearance somewhere else, and they said, we need Flo to come with us. Flo was never the same after that. I won't speak of the details. But them niggas had real bad etiquette when it came to not remembering where their bunk is on the bus. Imagine what it's like to be a woman on a bus full of men. And you got to close your eyes and go to sleep and trust that don't nobody pull back that shade in that little tomb and catch you off guard. I had to go to sleep like that damn near every fucking night when I worked with Wu-Tang. And the only reason I didn't have that much trouble was because I happened to be fucking with one of them. See, that's the fucked up part about being a woman in this game. If you don't want to get raped, if you don't want to get fucked up or have some bad psychology, you got to get a boyfriend in the crew. I did it with Wu-Tang. I dated the 60-second assassin. That nigga was 35 years older than me. But it was the best way I could. I was 19 years old. He was 46. But he was my boyfriend, and as long as he was my boyfriend, nobody in the crew messed with me. People didn't know. I never said anything. I never talked. I don't talk about my personal life. I'm from Richard Allen. I'm from North Philly. My business is my business. I share it with who I want to share it with. No, I wasn't going to tell y'all that my ex-husband blackmailed me into marrying him because I was bisexual and my girlfriend, I didn't want to break it off with my girlfriend. It wasn't nobody's business. My father was a minister. It was nobody's business.
Well, we appreciate you speaking your truth.
I had to marry this nigga, then had a baby with him, trying to make it work. And he used that child to try to ruin my life. That motherfucker has cost me over $1.5 million in court fees, lawyers' fees, and every fucking thing. And they had the audacity to tell me I need to pay him child support. Pussy, you done spent all the money that boy would need for his life in court because you mad that you can't be with me. I had to stop making money so the nigga would stop siphoning off my blood. And guess who helped him? The Roots. Wow. Sean G. The entire time this nigga was running my life for filth, they was running down to the Polo Ralph Lauren store to go buy clothes from my ex-husband, Sam Odom. They told me the nigga got too many good discounts for us to break it with him. Why can't y'all just make it work? Nigga, you gonna put my motherfucking safety on the line with a nigga playing with my goddamn meds? I fucking OD'd. And that nigga left me in the house to die. Found out 2 weeks later, he upped the insurance policy. And Sean G had been writing him checks behind my back while I was on the road. And these niggas had especially fucking Dice Raw. Jag, I don't see why y'all can't just work it out. I mean, he been hooking the fam up for years. Y'all niggas is on TV getting all this money and y'all need 65% off of Polo Ralph Lauren. Y'all really need discounted polos that bad? You fucking hoes. You fucked me over for clothes? I made y'all niggas. I made Jay-Z Unplugged. You called me because you needed me. And that's what you do for me? You buy clothes for a nigga that's fucking using me? Meanwhile, Reek mad as shit because I don't want to fuck you no more. Go to your wife, nigga. You got a wife and a baby. You had 4, 5 kids. You wasn't in none of their lives like that. You was just kicking out money. You finally got a baby with a chick. I mean, she Russell Simmons' ex-jewel. I don't understand why somebody would want Russell Simmons leftovers, but whatever. Anyway, I ain't got nothing against the girl. I just know I know she's a tool for the plan. You know what I'm saying? Because he dumped Reese to be with her. See, he was with Reese. Reese was very much in love with him. But see, Reese wasn't good enough for the red carpet. He needed to get a red carpet bitch. So he went and got Russell Simmons leftovers. I ain't got nothing against Michelle. I tried to counsel her as best as I could. I don't think he's going to marry me. Yes, he will marry you, Michelle. I promise you, I'll see to it. He needs to be married. This baby needs a father. I tried to work all that other shit out. I tried to work all that other shit out. And the first night that I told him, no, I'm not fucking you. I'm not comforting you. You know what he did? He got on a train. He went to New York and he went and fucked Tracy Moore from the Jazzy Fat Nasties. And I know it to be true because she called me. And I owe her an apology for letting her run around all these years thinking that nigga gave a fuck about her when the only time he fucking ran to her was because I told him no.
You're gonna have to put it in the book, Jaguar.
We cannot. I'm not putting it in a book. My life is too much. That's like 600-700 pages. What I'm doing right now is I'm writing a one-woman show because apparently I got to tell my motherfucking story. Because
you have to. I just don't want you hurt from it. I don't want you hurt from your truth.
It hurt me not saying anything. Do you know how crazy it is to run around for 15 years having to constantly remember to edit yourself in motherfucking interviews to keep up somebody else's lives who's trying to ruin your life? And then meanwhile, all the stories and all the secrets that I'm keeping, I'm watching it hurt people that I love. See, when you start keeping secrets and the secrets you keeping is helping them, enabling them to hurt other people, you're just as complicit in their crime. I can't lie no more. I lied and made up until I had a fucking nervous breakdown after myself because all I could say to myself was, not even Reek called me when my son died.
I can't believe it.
That nigga did not call me once. I got a text message from Dice. Sorry, Jag. I got a text message from Amir. Yeah, we gonna call you after taping. We want to see how you doing. Never fucking called back. I got a call from Tina saying that they was busy at taping at the damn TV station, and they was gonna hit me back. I never heard back from her. They ain't even send me no funky ass fucking flowers for my child. Nothing.
That's
after
unbelievable.
I made you bitches, after I made you look good. Jay-Z Unplugged made them look real good, yo. Made them look real good. Everything I did on the Chris Rock show made them look real good. Real good. All the shit that I ghost wrote in the studio made them look real good. Real good.
Even with the Jay-Z Unplugged.
I can give you 4 albums where I can show you where Tariq stole fucking Malik's verses. Malik would go in, he would just run and run and run. They let him come in. He'd be high, he come. This nigga would run bar for bar for bar for bar. Forget every fucking dope thing he said. And them niggas would come in there and they would sit down and they would write down his shit and work it into their writtens. That's how dope Malik B was. That nigga dropped bars and he forgot, heard them on albums and never accused the motherfuckers of theft. That's how dope he was. He didn't even remember all his dope shit. So when I hear people say stuff like, now they're calling him the founder of the Roots because y'all didn't want to be seen with him. Y'all didn't want to be seen with him. Amir is too afraid to go to the places where Malik used to hang out. Amir too much of a punk to do that. He too afraid to get robbed. Tariq is too good. He might mess up his designer clothes. Kamal don't give no fuck. And for real, the rest of the group is all hired hands. Including James Poyser, hired hand. These niggas know what they done. They know what they done. And they done it all on the back of a man who never asked anybody for anything. All Malik did was give. And do you know the thing that's killing me more than anything right now? Is that I have to explain to them who he is. If you know Amir and you know Tariq, there's absolutely no reason in the world that you shouldn't already know why we celebrate Malik. And so we gonna put, I hope he's remembered as one of the greatest rappers alive. He should be. Motherfuckers call you a great rapper for rhyming his shit. You ain't got a hope, nigga. Do something. Show it. Y'all on the Fallon show. Why hasn't there been a memorial planned at the, especially now with the COVID and everybody's at fucking home? Y'all niggas can't get together and do a cipher for Malik and have it aired on the Fallon show so the whole world knows who he was and what he did. That's okay. They ain't got to do it. The rest of us who've been fucked over by them are getting together and we're putting together a fucking documentary. Not on the roots, on Malik B. So we're going to the family to ask for their permission. We collecting footage and we gonna show y'all who Malik B was. We gonna show y'all. Since them niggas is too fucking ego driven and pride driven and jealousy driven to do the job, we gonna do it. So yes. I mean, yeah, I've been warned. People told me, watch out, watch out. You know what? If I was going to be dead, I'd have been dead already. And if these niggas is coming to get me, then come to get me. You done already tried to kill my career. You done fucked with my family. You done fucked over my kids. What else can you do to me? You done stole money from me. You done stole tours from me. Shit, right after I had my baby, I had a whole European tour lined up. These niggas actually told me, oh, we need you to come on the road with us and do your promotion on the road with us. Then they told the promoters that I was staying home with my family to raise my kids. But said, if you can up...
I remember that story.
You can up...
I remember that story.
We'll do the tour for her. Fucking pussies, they done made all that money on me. You can't even send me no funky ass flowers. And you know what? I love Tina. I love Tina Ferris. I do. But bitch, you need to own the fuck up. I'm holding you accountable too for being an accomplice to fucking arson. Because these motherfuckers is arsonists. They done arsoned up people's lives. They done burned up people's lives, and you was there doing the gaslighting. Because she was the one that did the main gaslighting with fucking Flo Brown, that ran Flo Brown all the way the fuck out of fucking hip-hop forever. She was the same bitch who called my husband and told him that I was fucking with Talib Kweli when we was doing the goddamn OK Player tour. Had my ex-husband fly out. We have a whole motherfucking shit. Talib running scared and shit around the damn House of Blues. I'm like, why is you running? See, that's when I knew I couldn't fuck with Talib no more. Because you running from this nigga, I'll whoop this nigga ass my goddamn self. You running from him? You running from this soft ass nigga in tight pants? He's here for bitches, yo. You running from him? Him. I got it. Yeah, we good. We good. Fucking Talib Kweli used to come to Black Lily in New York and hide out in the green room when we were getting changed, especially me, to watch me get dressed and undressed before I got on stage and then wait for nobody to be looking to sneak out. Yeah, that nigga ran from Sam. Corny ass nigga. I've been holding all this shit too. Trying to make y'all fucking crazy backpack motherfuckers look good. Fucking stupid as shit. Fucking Common. Come to Black Lily. We go back to the crib in Brooklyn. We sitting there. He at this point in time, he was obsessed with hose up and pimps down and hose up, whatever that shit was. He was watching that shit all the time, looking for material to write like Water for Chocolate. So we sitting there watching this shit, you know, and don't get me wrong. I like Common. He was cute, but I thought he was a little clingy. He was a little too clingy for me. I moved around. Shit, I was kicking it with Little X on the low too. I was dating like 3-4 niggas, and I had a bitch. I was a fucking rock star. What the fuck do people expect? What the fuck do people expect? Just see, ain't nobody ever known about my G. Because see, where I come from, you ain't supposed to publicize your G. Your G is only meant for the people that you share it with. Ain't nobody else supposed to know about your G.
I never knew.
Of course you never knew. I did a good job hiding it.
You did.
Wonder why I went fucking crazy. Wonder why I had a nervous breakdown as good as I did hiding it. Goddamn Common. Next thing I know, we go to bed. He like, oh, come on, Jack. No, I'm tired, nigga. I was on the stage all night. I want to lay down. I'm gonna lay down in the bed. I lay down with my clothes on. You know what I mean? I'm a rape survivor. I know how to buy myself a little time. You know what I mean? Just in case a nigga try to get out of hand, you gotta pull my pants down. By the time you get my pants down, I promise you I'm hooking off in your jaw. That's how I grew up. That's how I grew up. The next thing I wake up this morning, I feel something poking in my face and shit, right? And it's just poking in my face. Poking in my, and I'm, what the fuck? And I'm like, and I open my mouth, this nigga trying to stick his dick in my mouth while I'm asleep. Lonnie fucking Lynn. Rashid, Common, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. That's why I stopped fucking with him. Because, nigga, if you gonna try to stick your dick in my mouth while I'm asleep, there ain't nothing you won't do. I don't even know why he running around here, parading around here with all these public relationships that don't never seem to last. When the last time he actually had a real bitch? You was with Serena, that didn't work out. You was with whoever and whoever. You always got, you know, whoever's hot dating you, but the shit don't last long. He ain't been right since fucking Lauryn Hill left him anyway. Then he got with Erica after I fucking spurned him. He hated my ex-husband for I don't know how long. No matter where we bumped into each other, he wouldn't even look my ex-husband in the face. He would talk to everybody totally. Real bitch shit. Let's keep it a bean. Real bitch shit.
This is piping hot, girl.
With Erica, and then Erica was jealous as fucking me. That song Booty on that second album, that shit was about me. She made that shit up at Black Lily in New York. That your booty may be bigger, but I sure can steal your nigga, but I don't want him. Bitch, you can't steal shit from me. And what you need to be worried about is how you gonna convince Andre 3000 to come back to you finally, because you've been running around here acting like a groupie for all these years. I ain't never met a bitch that got a record deal to become a hip hop baby mom. I've never met nobody that done that. Every baby you got by a different fucking rapper. I know bitches who have babies by niggas to get on, but I never heard about bitches getting on just to be a statistic. Never heard about that. Never knew about that. And then she ran his ass for filth, running around with M1, had this nigga looking like a whole fucking clown. He's sitting there wearing all these weird ass clothes. We all look at him like, what the fuck is you doing? With all this crochet shit you got going on. Fuck is wrong with you, Lonnie? Fuck wrong with you, Rashid? Well, you know, we on a different vibe. And then, yeah, she was on a whole nother fucking vibe with M1. And the baby wasn't even M1's. It was DOC, baby, down here in Dallas. Puma daddy died. Puma daddy named DOC. And she was pregnant with Puma while she was so-called still with Common. So all these ass motherfuckers, all these fake-ass neo-soul bitches, the shit was bullshit. It was all bullshit. It was all a fucking lie. There were very few of us that was real. I was one. My cousin was one of them. Kindred Family Soul. Poetry for the most part.
What about Music Soul Child?
I mean, I don't know. He was just doing an interview on a Amir podcast. So I don't want to speak for his life. You know what I mean? I don't want to speak for his life. I mean, if he was stupid enough to let Amir interview him, then I don't know. Fuck would you let that asexual motherfucker interview you for? He ain't even got no goddamn life. Fuck you asking you about yours. He looking for credit or some material to get a life? I don't know. I don't know anybody that's seen that man's penis. All the fucking that went on in the Roots camp. All that sex, all of the women, all of the get you drunk and oops, you didn't know we was fuckings. All of that shit. I don't know anybody that's ever seen Questlove Amir Thompson's penis. I don't know nobody.
Oh, wow.
A couple of his girlfriends that he broke up with that I had to do the breakup for him, because that's what he used to do. When he would break up with a chick, he would leave it for one of the girls to let it jab down gently so he ain't have to talk to nobody. I did two of the breakups. After Maria, I couldn't do no more because I thought he should have stayed with Maria. Maria was awesome. And Maria, if you watching, I'm sorry, boo. I'm sorry I was short with you that day. I resented the fact that I had to be the one to tell you that it was over and don't nobody know why and have a great life. What I should have told you is you're better off. Did you see his penis yet? You're better off, because I don't know nobody that's seen that shit.
Girl.
I'm done. I'm done. See, where they got me fucked up is I fell back for 15 years. And the reason why I fell back was because I wasn't trying to have my career marred with the custody battle and the divorce and all of that shit. I tried to handle that shit as quietly as possible. I did as much as I could do to keep my name relevant without having to make too much money, because this pussy was going to take me to court. My ex-husband wanted $8,000 a month. I got a cousin that paid that. I ain't paying that. You know what my father told me? I'm going to tell you what my father told me. That nigga can't get the life that you can provide without you. Go broke. I'll help you. Well, bankruptcy, you won't have nothing, I promise you. And then he's gonna be able to come after you. And when it's all done, you go back to work and get your money. He said, see, baby, you the money. Second you open your mouth, money get made. You be fine. But you gotta get you can't get blood from a rock, so you gotta become a rock. And that's what I had to do to keep my ex-husband out of my pocket. I had to wait for my son to turn 18. He was still trying to get child support for me to pay him child support while my son went to college. He ain't even living with my son. All of that shit that he went through to take my son away from me, guess where my son ended up living? With his mother in Plymouth Meeting, and his father moved to New York. You went through all of that trouble to put me through all of that shit with that motherfucking case to take my son from here, where he was happy. See, if my son had graduated from high school here in Cedar Hill, he would have graduated with at least one associate's degree, which meant he would have only done 2 years of college and 1 year for a master's. Now he got to do all 4 years. You want to know why? Because his father decided he wanted to take him back up north, and then moved to New York. Brought the boy up there and moved to New York. Took him to witness a murder, and then moved to New York. He took him to a rally that they were so-called having for my son. My son wasn't allowed to come home and grieve with his mother and be at his brother's actual funeral. No, they had a memorial up there on Hawthorne Street. The roaches and bitches. Somebody need to spray raid on all them motherfuckers. I swear to God. I can't stand what?
I'm happy you speaking your truth. Because who
knew?
Who knew?
Nobody knew, because I don't talk.
That's what I'm saying. Like, nobody knew.
But I don't talk. I don't say nothing. You want to know why? Because I find this shit embarrassing. I find it embarrassing that people that I loved, that people that I trusted, that people that I put my life in their hands could do such horrible things to me. Who the fuck want to do that shit to anybody? That you was stupid enough, as smart as I am, that you was stupid enough to let these know-nothing motherfuckers, whether they blood or not, run through your life like that because you just trying to do the right thing.
You saving somebody now. You saving somebody now speaking your truth. You saving somebody now speaking your truth.
I'm telling you, these fucking clowns, these so-called youth niggas, I'm going to tell you who the youth who was. Malik D, Richard Nichols, and John Snow. He devised probably the greatest smoke and mirror campaign. Because the Roots didn't really start getting no love on the street until they started thinking Mumia names. Mumia, free Mumia, Mumia, Mumia. Oh, they was all about the movement. How did we get from Mumia to fucking Jimmy Fallon? Have you heard them talk about Mumia in like the past decade? Last I heard, he was on death row. Why y'all stop talking? I'm sorry. You got your street cred. You couldn't be gangster, so you could be militant. Fuck out of here. Only thing you militant for is pussy, drugs, money, and clothes. And you thirsty for all of them. They fucking dying in the desert of their life for thirst. And I'm done covering. Tariq actually had the audacity to contact a friend of mine right after I got out of jail and while I was in jail, asking, is she okay? Is she all right? Is she okay? Is she all right? Pussy, why didn't you send me a letter?
Right.
You got enough money. You could have came visit me. You ain't even put no fucking money on my books. That's why I released that song that I wrote for his ass on Bandcamp. You want to know how I felt about that conversation? I wrote a song about it. I just put it up on Bandcamp yesterday. It tell you the whole story. You fucking bitch made punk, all the pussy and all the love I gave you, all the lyrics, everything I gave you. You don't even acknowledge my son when he died, and you don't even put no fucking money. You couldn't even get a bitch a pack of ramen. I can't even know what I cook for you and for your bitch. I can't get no ramen. Yeah, well, I'm fighting for my life. Fuck you. Fuck all of you bitches. I don't get no fuck. I'm done. They should see. They thought I was going to hide it forever because of Rich. See, I loved Rich. Richard loved me. I didn't want to ruin his legacy. The Roots was his legacy. See, the Roots, what y'all fell in love with, was what Richard Nichols would have been if he felt comfortable being in the public. I don't know if you remember, Rich always took his pictures like this. He always covered his face. He didn't like nobody looking at him. He was very, very, very funny about his appearance. So he was a public figure, which I don't know why, because if it worked for Biggie Smalls, it could have worked for him. If it worked for him, you know, but if you don't feel that way about yourself, you just don't feel that way about yourself. So they were the public persona of his subconscious and artistic mind. The only thing a man had to do was come into the studio and play drums. They would find the beats, Kilo, Chaos, Scott Storch, me, you know, all the rounders. We did all the groundwork. Rich would go in with all of his music knowledge and ability, and he would create all of that music that y'all do to love. And then Amir come in and play the drums, and then Tariq come in, and, you know, he would write his verses. A lot of the times he can only get through maybe 7 to 12 bars in an 8-hour writing session. So we would help him. When we wrote the Best Man song, What You Want, that was just supposed to be a demo. I wasn't supposed to be on that record. It was supposed to be Mary J. Blige. I wrote it for her. And I went in and I demoed it. Tariq couldn't write a goddamn word down until then. And Rich would always say, God damn it, man. He was like, between Malik, if I could make Malik and Tariq one person, I'd have the best rapper in the world. Because, see, Malik had the ability. Malik had the ability. Malik, oh my God. Like, if you go back and listen to the lesson part 3, he got the last verse, of course. He was the final say in hip-hop when it came to the roots, period. You know, we had to edit it. We had to cut it short. So when you hear it go from his voice right into my hook, there were 16 more bars after that we had to edit out because it was too much for the rest of the song. That's
you gonna have me. You gonna have me. I should have made a list because I'm gonna have to go back and listen to a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
Everybody needs to go back and listen to my bro, because Tariq caught so many of Malik's one-liners to the point where I don't think he knew where Malik ended and he began. Which is why I was very upset when I heard about the fact that they went to the funeral, to the viewing, but they didn't stay for the service. That was yesterday. They went to the viewing, but they didn't stay for the service. Because my girlfriend,
they too famous?
My girlfriend, Bahamadia, saw them. I was on the phone with her. She saw them out there at Hunting Park at the viewing. But when I talked to my bro, Kilo, he said, they didn't come, Jag. They wasn't there. I said, no, they was there. How wouldn't have lied to me about that? She talked to him. Tariq started hitting her up after, like, what do you mean they weren't at the funeral? They was there. She said Dice was across the street in a purple suit. She wouldn't have made that up. He said, I didn't see none of them in the funeral, which is kind of fucked up because that means y'all only went for optics. You went to the viewing so you could be photographed being there, so the next press release that you put out makes it look like y'all give a damn because I ran Amir for filth about that goddamn post about some motherfucking oils. Malik didn't give no fuck about how you smelled, and if he handed you some Egyptian musk, it was to cover up the smell of sandwiches on you. Get the fuck out of my face, nigga. About some goddamn oils. As great as Malik B was, and all you got to talk about some funky ass Egyptian musk. And you talking about you still wearing oils? You talking about you still wearing oils? Nigga, all that money you make, you can't buy no motherfucking real cologne? Some Tom Ford? Some Bulgari? Fuck out of my face. They didn't even stay for the funeral. They didn't even stay, boo.
Well, you know what they're going to say about that. We didn't want to make a scene. They're going to say they ain't want to make a scene. They gonna say they ain't wanted to be about them. They they
wanted to be about them.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be about you because it ain't about you, motherfuckers. It never was about you. As far as the lyrics, it was about Malik B, in Militant, South Philly, Point Breeze. Fuck out of here. When do you ever hear them niggas call the street? When do you ever hear them niggas call the neighborhood? When you ever hear any of them niggas call anything? I call Richard Allen. Richard Allen.
Never.
I say Richard Allen. Niggas stand up. What the fuck they claim?
And that was the era. If you was from Philly, shit. I remember Siegel, Bang Bang, Siegel Street Gang. If you was from Philly, yeah.
What set them niggas claim? Because if you really about that life, you in a set motherfucking in Oxford, you nice town, you United niggas of the Closer Valley, you Southwest Riders, who y'all with? What gave them street cred? Other than me, other than Malik, other than Fifth Dynasty, other than Kilo, other than Chaos. I mean, what, that's all we was good for? That's all we was good for? To make y'all look like y'all had some gangster. I got some gangster for y'all niggas. Fuck you. Fuck you twice in the ass. And all your fucking stupid wives, y'all need to go and get tested. Go and get tested, because I can tell you a many a times on that tour bus, niggas didn't use condoms. I can tell you that. I can tell you they all married some chick named Michelle. Michelle this, Michelle that, Michelle this, Michelle that. It was funny. Even Kamal's first wife was Michelle, the black one, before he got the white girl. I mean, I met the white girl. I'm not saying anything wrong with it. I just don't know why he didn't try to get that marriage book. Because he running to her own children don't even want to deal with her. They only go to the white girl now. Last I heard. Fucking Kamal. Them niggas laughed at you about being a producer, and I fucking put you on, nigga. You ain't even call me. You took pictures. The last time you saw Giovanni, y'all was taking middle finger pictures down the fireworks. Anthony Mackie said, you didn't even fucking call. You couldn't even send no funky ass. Fuck you, nigga.
That part did it for me. I never would have thought that.
How's George Clinton's granddaughter doing? Nigga, I will drop all y'all tapes. I will make you look like the bitches you are. Somebody need to ask Kamal about the time he cheated on his wife with George Clinton's granddaughter.
I said Jimmy. Come on.
Who, Jenny?
Jimmy, not Kamal.
We talking about Jimmy.
That's his name.
Oh, yeah, that's his name. I don't be putting him out on blast. I don't put his name out on blast, but if the nigga call him Jimmy, he can call him Jimmy. I mean, he can. I call him out of respect, because them niggas always treated him like shit. They treated him like the standard. Scott Storch was the genius, and Kamal his face was black enough to play the chords.
Walk into some piping hot tea. That's what they saying what they walk into.
Yeah.
The truth.
You should have been better. I don't forget shit. And they can come after me. I hope the fuck you sue me. And I hope all of y'all pussies block me. Keep blocking me. Y'all know I used to run with Cat Williams. Cat said it best. Make more haters. Let me make some haters this week.
I think this, since you putting the truth out, I think you can make more music and it'll be great. That's what I think.
The music's awesome. The music is awesome. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Since you're speaking the truth.
No. We weren't sure about it, but it's looking like we're going to put the album out September 1st. I didn't want to say anything, but I'm going to tell you, it's looking like September 1st and October 1st. It's going to be 7 to 8 songs. Everything is brilliant. I hope all these neo-soul wannabe bitches listen so they can learn and they can start making some fucking music, because the shit they got going on out here is tight as fuck. I've been sitting back watching for 15 years. I've been watching for 15. I told them hoes, especially Jill. And yes, Jill Scott, I'm calling you a hoe because you are. Wretched bitch. I can't stand you either. You ain't post shit for Malik either. You ain't post nothing.
Once you talked about the cleaning up the throw up, you talking about you cleaned up.
Ain't post nothing for Malik. She on some producers live the other morning. I chased her ass off that motherfucking live. I said, bitch, you better get the fuck off here and go post something for Malik. You were okay.
That's what I don't understand. I understand you mad about Malik, but I think I was more hurt to know that they didn't reach out about your son.
Child, that's my baby. That's my baby. Let me show you.
I can't believe that though.
Let me show you. No, you should believe it. Everybody needs to believe it. Those spoiled prima donnas, bitch made punks. I swear to God, I take every last one of them on. I take it. I swear to God, I hope one of them step to me so I can knock their ass the fuck out, because they all soft as fucking Twinkies. Let me show you something. It's my boy. That's my son. He lives right here. This is his table. I keep his table set. He got his sage jar here. He got a shot of Jameson for his trouble. He got his Bible laying on his chest. This was his sweater. And Fat Kid did this picture. I got to go get the shelf today because we're going to put it up on the wall. You know, everything I'm doing now, I'm doing for him. We wanted to go into medicinal edibles together. I wanted to get him a grow house in Cali, but he wouldn't leave because some little nasty ass bitch named Yelena from West Philly. I told her ass, go get some goddamn counselor, stay the fuck away from my son. Do you know what I think about when I walk over to that corner and the roots cross my mind? I think about every time my son cried and said, Mom, why you gotta leave? Why can't you stay? Why can't you just work in the studio? Why you always gotta go out with the uncles? Why you always gotta go out with the roots? Why can't I come? Can I come? Can I come, Mom? His 6th birthday party, I had to do Black Lily in New York, so I had to do it on a Saturday. I couldn't even do it then because the show needed me. See? I built that show. When I first started at the Wetlands, 10 people showed up. The next week, 20 people showed up. The next week, 50 people showed up. After 1 month, we had 150 people in attendance on a Sunday night in New York. I went on first. Nobody wanted to go on first. Nobody wanted to play to an empty house. And I told Rich, my show gonna be the same where I go on first to last. I'll go first. Fuck it, let's get it started. Those niggas came back to see me every week. And what became the problem was, see, the Jazzy Fat Nasties, they were supposed to be the veterans in the crew for the women. And I was considered new coming in. But the truth is I was more seasoned and I was more professional than every last one of them. So I've been doing that shit since I was 13 years old. And I worked with everybody great. You know what I mean? So I was ready. I was always stage ready. I was taught to be stage ready by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. I was taught to be stage ready by Bunny Sigler. I was taught to, you know, be stage ready by Grover Washington. Like, I was always ready. But the problem would be if I went on first. I loved it. I got to go on first, and then I got to go to the bar, get drunk, and watch everybody else and have a good time. So I got to work, have a great night, and have a great night in New York. It was awesome. I didn't mind going on first. But after I got on stage, everybody come to the bar, have a drink with me, and then the club would empty out. There would be like 5 people in there. So nobody else had anybody on stage. So that's when the club owner from the Wetlands came to Rich and said, look, we got to make Jaguar the headliner. Otherwise, we can't do this night no more. They're like, what do you mean? We stopped selling liquor at the bar at 9 o'clock. We make all of our money when she's on stage, and then after she does her rounds with the audience, everybody leaves, and ain't nobody getting no tips the rest of the night. We got to make it a headliner. Rich said, well, I got to talk to the guys. We got to go back and have a meeting about it. Want to know what happened?
What?
An ad came out in the Village Voice 2 days later, naming me as the headliner of the show. And 3 weeks after that, there was a line wrapped around the corner. And they were all there to see me. And as long as I went on last, the club stayed full. I've been doing shit. I've been doing this shit forever. And I never asked for nothing. Because I'm humble. I'm humble. God blessed me with a lot, so I try to do everything that I can do to use it to do the right thing by people, but I don't brag. I don't need to. The people that know me know me.
Your work speaks for itself. Your character speaks for itself.
They didn't even stay for the fucking funeral. There's nothing worse than knowing that you've been loyal to a bunch of dickheads that still will take advantage of you if you allow it. Bryce Wilson said to me, I can't believe you riding with them niggas. Them disloyal motherfuckers. You could have came with me. I said, I understand I can come with you, Bryce. But if so, I'm just a member of Groove Theory. I'm trying to build my own name. I'm willing to take these lumps. I'm willing. I'm willing to take these lumps. I can handle these motherfuckers. I can move niggas around, but I'm gonna make my name. And that's exactly what I did. I made my name on their stage. And then I made my name on Jay-Z Unplugged. And then I became the greatest threat to everybody in fucking America that had a goddamn record deal. And they all worked very hard to kill my career. And guess what? I just went overseas and worked. I was working more in Europe and Japan, and then I was here, and I was cool with it because I'm not down for the bullshit, just like Malik.
But I'm like, who, like nobody, if you never spoke, nobody would ever know, because it's like, okay, a lot of people do know you from the Roots. We know your albums. That y'all on each other's stuff, and it's like, why is the Roots here? Where's Jaguar?
I would never have taken that job. I would never have taken that job. Even if I had stayed a part of the crew, you would have never seen me on the Jimmy Fallon show. That wouldn't have happened. I don't have no respect for that fuck nigga. I don't. And I would have told him so. You know, them niggas, they used to get mad at me because I was just so honest. Like, you remember that time when Matthew McConaughey, it was all in the tabloids, and he was naked in the woods, and they called him playing a drum naked in the woods. You remember that shit? It was right around the same time that the movie with him and Jennifer Lopez, The Wedding Planner, came out. It was all over the tabloids. I'm from North Philly, yo. Like, I keep it a bean. I keep it a bean. You know what I mean? I have been drinking. I smoked a little weed. And it caught me off guard. Yes, Jimmy fuck ass.
Yeah,
and,
it's a new name for me too.
And it caught me
Jimmy
off guard.
fuck
And it was
ass.
like, oh, Jaguar, this is Matthew McConaughey. And Sean G was standing right next to me, and I knew he had it in for me at that moment. You know what I mean? Because they was trying to find a way to work me out of the Coca-Cola campaign so they could take it over and make sure I didn't get no more commercials. And it was just nuts. That whole day was nuts because everybody was keeping secrets around the camp, and I knew exactly how they did it. And then I found out later, Music Soul Child told me that they all went and did the photo shoot for the Coca-Cola campaign, but I wasn't included. And I just looked at them and I was like, all right, game on, bitches. Game on. Game on. And so yeah, that night I was kind of like, I had a case of the fuck it's anyway. And so Matthew McConaughey comes up, and I was just at the market, and I seen the shit with the pictures of him naked playing the drums. I was like, I swear to God, you such a fucking nigga. I love you. I said, I love you. So then guess what it became? Oh my God, Jaguar called Matthew McConaughey a nigga. I can't believe this. Oh, we have to disassociate ourselves. Why not? Why can't he be a nigga? He was doing nigga shit. I ain't telling him to go get naked and be playing drums and shit like he's some African warrior. I ain't telling him to go do that shit. He did that shit his goddamn self. What the fuck you mad at me for? He was a fucking nigga in that moment, and I loved it. I loved it. Oh, we can't bring her around real celebrities. That was when Amir first started really kissing ass in Hollywood, and he was trying to find somebody because they had to come off the road. You know, like down south rap was taking over. Nobody was really in their vibe anymore. And even though people would have gone to see them, they couldn't be headliners anymore. Like, who the fuck was they gonna go on tour with? Ludacris? Chris wouldn't use them as an opening act. They're too good. Who are they gonna go on the road with? That's why they had to take the Jimmy Fallon show. They had all their tax issues, you know, from all the funds that showing mixing, and people don't even know that Black Lily was partially for half of its life funded from my recording budget.
Who would know? Who would know? You've never spoke about it.
It started with the Jazzies in New York, but they didn't get a lot of money for their budget. So then the Roots had to front it on their budget, but then they bitched and complained. And by the time I started banking, and I'm selling records, 95,000 records this week, 65,000 records this week. The second that my money came in, they was like, oh, well, we got to open budget on Jag. So my budget funded the Jazzy Fat Nasty's album, The Tortoise and the Hare, and my budget funded Black Lily. All of those dollars were recoupable, and I had to make good on that.
Mm.
How many records did the Jazzy Fat Nasty sell? 400-500? How many records did Dice Raw sell? 13,000, just under 14,000? How many records did Jaguar Wright sell? Fuck out of here. And I never bragged. I never bragged. I don't need to. Just like I don't need to brag about, you know, Jill Scott and her failed fucking attempts at trying to be me. Whack ass hoe. Who the fuck gets rich and then goes and hires all of their friends' ex-boyfriends so they can fuck them? Who does that? That's why it was so funny when people started talking about how Jill was, oh, Jill's acting funny. No, Jill ain't acting funny. Jill being Jill. See, she couldn't have done that at 23rd and Lehigh because bitches would have fucked her up. You can't do all that fly shit in the hood and think you can't just run around fucking everybody man and think ain't nobody gonna catch you and fuck you up. I'm from Richard Allen. There was a real pretty dark-skinned girl that we used to kick it with. Yo, you probably seen her up and down Jaguar. She looked like you probably think she a crackhead. Her face was all scarred up. She about 5'2", 5'3". If you ever was around like Gerard, Ridge Avenue, you always saw her walking around. She was gorgeous. She was beautiful. I did a bitch from 13th Street, snatched her up coming off the sub, held her down and rubbed a live perm all over her face and held her there. You could hear her scream for blocks. Bitch, you want to steal somebody, man? Go do it now. I think Jill done been with 3 niggas that I've been with after me. John Roberts, Tariq. Oh yeah, and Joey Zaza.
Well, now she fucking Drake.
It's like, I feel sorry for him. I hope he don't. I hope he She not safe. I promise you. I'm not being messy. This is a public service announcement. Y'all niggas better not be fucking her raw.
PSA.
She had to spend a whole lot of money to get that baby. Because when I would go, you know, she had to go to the in vitro. And I would have to sit there. You know, I nursed her through that whole shit. She kept trying to have a baby with Lizelle. I'm so glad that didn't happen. That would have been a disaster. But her fucking uterus was so scarred the fuck up. You know what I mean? She couldn't produce no baby. That's why she had to spend all that money. So when I talked to John, and John told me that he didn't know she had been taking fertility drugs, and he was surprised when she got pregnant, I'm like, oh, goddamn.
This bitch caught you on the flim flam, huh? Not right now. Not right now.
Buffering.
Somebody trying to call me to stop. Listen to me. It's truth telling time. It's just I'm done. I'm done hiding these bitches. I'm done all of this shit. Erykah Badu, come down. She come up there to the north, take her abuse from up there, and then come down here and abuse all these artists with it. Lying to these niggas, making them think that they can't do nothing without her. They make them think that they can't go nowhere without her. I just found out last night. Do you remember me posting anything about Galaxy 9 like a year ago? I was always posting like hip hop parties and stuff like that down here. Galaxy 9.
Okay.
I'll tell you what happened with that shit. These niggas, you know, they, oh yeah, Ja Born, you know, who did On and On. These niggas want to act like they somebody's friend. Next thing I know, I start hearing stories, them telling stories about me from 20 years ago. Now this is how stupid these niggas is. I just moved to Dallas. Don't nobody know nothing about me. Don't know nothing about my past. So if I'm down here and I'm hearing stories from 20 years ago, that means you're doing what? You're talking to someone from 20 years ago. Who could?
Why you moved to Dallas real quick?
Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, or Amir Questlove Thompson.
Why did you move to Texas?
Philly broke my heart. The roof broke my heart.
That's a long way, Texas. I just was wondering.
I needed to get away from my ex-husband because if anything should ever happen to him, I do not want to be questioned. Because my ex-husband do a lot of dirt. And when karma come to find him, I need to be at least 1,500 to 2,000 miles away because after everything he done to me, people gonna think if my ex-husband dies by you know, by unnatural means, they gonna blame me for it.
Right.
That the first person they gonna call is me. They about to cut us off. We done talked until the time came on and shit. But yeah, girl.
I can't wait till September the 1st.
It's coming.
I
It's
can't
coming.
wait.
We on it. No later than mid-month. I'm telling you, it's coming.